Hi everyone. On January 19th, the Holy Orthodox Church celebrates the memory of Arsenios, the Archbishop of Corfu. Now, Arsenios was born, well, we're not exactly sure when, but we think probably around 870 or 875 in Bethany. Now, his mother was from Bethany. His father hailed from Jerusalem. Early on, however, they were not able to have children. And so, as seems to be the case in so many of these lives, they prayed, and because of their good works and really fervent devotion to God, he finally granted them pregnancy, and Arsenios was born. Because they were so devout, they wanted to dedicate their child to the Lord. And so at the amazingly early age of only 3 years old, they went and visited a monastery where they turned over the upbringing and care to the monks there. And this they did, and quite zealously, because by the time that Arsenios was then only 15 years old, he received the angelic schema of a monk. This may seem strange to us today, and perhaps it was even a little strange back then, but there are other certain instances in the lives of the saints where this sort of thing does indeed occur. But the important thing is the great preparation in devotion to the Lord, in the attendance at services, and the understanding of the Orthodox faith, and the charity expressed among the brethren were all something that prepared Arsenios later on for the episcopacy. Now, early on, Arsenios, after he had become tonsured, was really beloved to the brethren and learned all sorts of things where he could become someone who was responsible for the poor, who cared for the dispossessed, who cared for the sick, and for the general living conditions of all of the people that were around him and surrounded the monastery. But after not too long, he decided that he really wanted to see Jerusalem again. And so he embarked on a sea voyage to Jerusalem, but yet Muslims attacked the ship and took him captive. Amazingly, though, because of the pleasant disposition and kindness of Arsenios, they eventually released him. After that, he decided to go to Constantinople, and upon arriving there, where he was greeted enthusiastically by the patriarch at the time, the patriarch decided to put him in charge of all the stewardship activities of the town. This Arsenios did with great diligence, until finally the patriarch decided that he would ask Arsenios to become ordained to the presbyterate. Arsenios did this and served as a model priest in all respects. In fact, it was remarked upon at how wonderful he was in all of his duties and all of his activities and the care that he showed for everyone. Eventually, it was decided that he would be elevated to the Holy Episcopate. And after this happened, he was made Archbishop of Corfu, where again he was beloved by the people and extended his blessings and helps to many, many people in the area, often curing them of many diseases, possessions by demons, helping women through difficult labors, all sorts of things. In fact, the itemized accounts of all these are numerous. They are so many. Well, after a time in the episcopacy, in Constantinople itself, Constantine Porphyrogenitos ascended the throne. And he was not happy with many of the people in Corfu, and in fact, he was coming at them quite violently and accusing them of all sorts of things. Well, Arsenios at that point, advanced in years, went to Constantinople in order to assuage the emperor's anger and was able to bring about peace with all of those that were on the island. And this was after a time where he was actually abducted by Scythians who took hold of him and caused the people of Corfu to rise up and bravely go against the Scythians and fight them and defeat them in order to get their holy archbishop back. Well, after this and the subsequent activities in Constantinople involving the emperor, Arsenios retired. And on his way back from Constantinople, as he was going through Corinth, he gave up his soul and reposed in peace. Eventually, his relics were transferred back to Corfu, where they were venerated greatly. And in fact, there is one particular item here where someone desiring great sanctification actually cut off a large portion of the saint's beard and took it with him. But miraculously, the beard grew back and was restored. Arsenios is someone who teaches us and teaches all the bishops of the world, but everyone actually, to pursue the Christian life with great faith, with great hope, and especially with great love.